Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're tackling a topic that's both jaw-dropping and kind of funny when you really think about it. We're not talking about speed demons or hyper-efficient cars. Nope, today's video is all about the absolute heavyweights of the automotive world. These are cars so massive, so ridiculously heavy, that when you hear their weight, you'll probably wonder if they accidentally welded a tank underneath the chassis. 7. Bentley Bentayga, the luxury tank. Let's start off with a car that has been called many things: an ultra-luxury SUV, a status symbol, and in some cases a rolling palace. But I like to call it what it really is: a luxury tank on wheels. The Bentley Bentayga tips the scales at around 5,500 pounds, 2,500 kilograms, depending on the spec. That's more than double the weight of a Honda Civic. So what makes it so heavy? First off, the build quality. This car isn't just an SUV. It's an SUV built with the same philosophy as a five-star hotel. We're talking about hand-stitched leather everywhere, thick layers of wood veneer, crystal controls, and more insulation than some houses. Bentley literally overbuilds everything so it feels solid. And solid equals heavy. Then you've got the massive engines. The Bentayga can be fitted with a W12 engine. That's 12 cylinders of pure British luxury power. Add to that all-wheel drive, off-road hardware, and advanced tech systems, and suddenly you're carrying a small mountain of parts. To put things in perspective, the Bentayga weighs more than 2 Toyota Corollas stacked together. Imagine parking 2 Corollas in your garage. That's the weight of one Bentayga. And yet, somehow, it can still do 0 to 60 in under 4 seconds. That's like watching a sumo wrestler run a 100-meter dash faster than your gym buddy. 6. Mercedes-Benz G-Class, the brick on wheels. Next up is a legend, the Mercedes-Benz G-Class, also known as the G-Wagon. Now, the G-Wagon has become a celebrity favorite. You'll see it in Hollywood, Dubai, London, basically anywhere people want to flex money. But the thing about the G-Wagon is that it's not just a luxury car. It's a rolling fortress. This thing weighs around 5,800 pounds, 2,630 kilograms. And if you go for the armored versions, forget it, you're looking at over 7,000 pounds. Why so heavy? Because the G-Class wasn't originally designed as a luxury status symbol. It was literally created in the 1970s as a military vehicle. The boxy shape, the ladder frame chassis, the solid axles, all of that is military DNA. And military DNA equals durability plus weight. Today, Mercedes has stuffed it with luxury. You've got massaging seats, multiple screens, hundreds of pounds of soundproofing, and so many safety systems that it might actually survive the apocalypse. All that tech adds weight like a second layer of armor. To give you a funny comparison, a G-Wagon weighs about as much as 3 grand pianos. Imagine moving house with 3 pianos strapped to your car. That's what you're dragging around every day in a G-Class. 5. Cadillac Escalade ESV, America's luxury bus. Now we move to America, where bigger is always better. And the Cadillac Escalade ESV is America's way of saying, why drive a car when you can drive a luxury bus? The standard Escalade is already huge, but the ESV version is basically stretched even longer. This beast weighs around 6,200 pounds, 2,812 kilograms. That's before you add passengers, luggage, or all the Costco runs it's clearly designed for. Inside, it's basically a living room on wheels. You've got 3 rows of seats, giant screens, reclining chairs, and enough legroom to host a small concert. And of course, Cadillac doesn't skimp on safety or tech, so you've got tons of electronics and structural reinforcements. The funny part? People buy this as a daily driver. Can you imagine taking something that weighs over 6,000 pounds just to grab milk? That's like calling a moving truck your everyday grocery getter. And fuel economy? Let's just say the Escalade ESV is not friends with gas stations. It's married to them. 4. Rolls-Royce Phantom 8, the rolling palace. When you think of Rolls-Royce, you don't think about weight. You think about absolute perfection, handcrafted details, and luxury so over the top it makes you question reality. But here's the truth. The Rolls-Royce Phantom 8 is a land yacht. This car weighs a massive 5,800 pounds, 2,630 kilograms. Why? Because everything is built with zero compromises. The body is built like a fortress, the doors are so heavy they need hydraulic assists, and the interior is so insulated it's basically a soundproof studio on wheels. In fact, Rolls engineers add extra materials just to ensure you can't hear the outside world. Road noise? Gone. Engine hum? Gone. The sound of your wallet crying as you buy one? Also gone. And get this, the Phantom's paint job alone can add up to 45 kilograms, 100 pounds. Depending on how many coats and custom finishes you want, people literally pay to make their car heavier. So yeah, when you see a Phantom glide by, just know it's not gliding lightly. It's carrying the weight of luxury, literally. 3. Tesla Model X, the heavyweight EV. Now let's switch gears to the electric side of things. You'd think EVs would be light because they don't have giant engines, but nope, batteries are insanely heavy. And the Tesla Model X proves it. The Model X weighs a whopping 5,400 pounds, 2,450 kilograms, minimum. Go for the plaid version with the big battery pack, and you're looking at over 5,600 pounds. Why so heavy? Simple: batteries. The battery pack in a Tesla Model X weighs around 1,200 pounds alone. That's like carrying a cow underneath your floorboards. Add in dual motors, electronics, giant falcon wing doors, which are heavy themselves, and suddenly you've got an SUV that weighs more than a Ford F-150 truck. Here's the irony: despite being so heavy, the Model X is insanely fast. Can do 0 to 60 in under 3 seconds. Imagine a cow sprinting faster than an Olympic sprinter. That's basically the Tesla Model X. 2. GMC Hummer EV, the elephant in sneakers. Okay, now we're entering absurd territory. The GMC Hummer EV is not just heavy, it's stupidly heavy. This thing weighs a mind-bending 9,063 pounds, 4,110 kilograms. That's over 4 tons. Why so massive? Because the Hummer EV has one of the largest battery packs ever put into a consumer vehicle. The battery alone weighs about 3,000 pounds. That's the same as a Mazda Miata. Yes, the Hummer carries a whole extra car inside itself just in batteries. Add in off-road gear, giant tires, military-grade suspension, and luxury tech, and you've got a vehicle that makes semi-trucks look twice before messing with it. To give you an idea, the Hummer EV weighs more than an actual African elephant. Imagine an elephant trying to parallel park. That's basically what a Hummer EV is doing in your city. And yet, GM says it can go 0 to 60 in 3 seconds flat. So yes, it's an elephant, but it's an elephant in sneakers. 1. Rolls-Royce Cullinan, the SUV that ate a mansion. Finally, at number 1, we have the Rolls-Royce Cullinan. Now, if the Phantom is a rolling palace, the Cullinan is a rolling mansion. This SUV weighs a jaw-dropping 6,100 pounds, 2,767 kilograms. That's before you load up with passengers and luggage. With a full family and a few suitcases, you're practically pushing 7,000 pounds. Why? Because it's a Rolls, which means it's built without compromise. The Cullinan has some of the thickest glass in the industry, seats so cushioned they might as well be mattresses, and so much insulation it's basically driving inside a pillow fort. The Cullinan is proof that when money is no object, weight doesn't matter. Rolls-Royce doesn't chase efficiency or lightness. They chase perfection. And perfection is heavy. Very heavy. To compare, the Cullinan weighs as much as 3 Toyota Yaris cars combined. Imagine driving 3 Yaris at once. That's the Cullinan. And that's for today's video. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss an upload. Got thoughts, questions, or video ideas? Drop them down in the comments. I read every single one.